In previous videos, we showed you how to attack with SQL injections using whatever you could come up with in your mind. However, this is an inefficient way of running SQL injections. And in fact, when you want to test your servers, you're going to want to run multiple commands against your server because hackers are definitely going to do the same thing. And there's software that can help you run multiple attacks against your server, and this is using Fuzz. So what I want you to do is follow these instructions to simulate a fuzz attack. So pause this video, try this on your own, and then come back for discussion. All right, welcome back. So we're going to show you how to fuzz with ZAP. So with ZAP, if you want to change your proxy browser, click Manual Explorer and then pick the browser that you're going to use. In this case, I already have Edge selected, so I'm going to go ahead and click Edge. The icon will change here depending on the browser that you pick. And so it went ahead and loaded Edge as a proxy browser. And I'm going to navigate to one of our previous SQL injection pages. So here I am back at the string SQL injection page. I'm going to go ahead and submit bBaggins credentials. So you notice this was a valid login, but I could have done a bogus login as well. What matters is that I just submitted this page. And then I come back to ZAP. I'm going to go and look for the orman.creighton.edu. We know that this is inside of the security folder, the learning activities, and then SQL injection. So you notice here that we have the login, which includes the password and username. I'm going to go ahead and right click this and do attack with fuzz. And you'll notice that it actually captured my username and password that I submitted. So I'm going to go ahead and fuzz this. And I do that by making sure that I have the username or password or whatever field it is that I want to fuzz. So in this case, I'm going to fuzz where bBaggins is. I click add, then I click add again. We're going to click on where it says strings and change that to file fuzzers. And we're going to click this arrow next to jbrofuzz. I'll scroll down until I find SQL injection. I'll just check that, and that will say that we're going to fuzz with all these different injections. So you'll notice it pulls all the injections that it's going to throw at this form. So I'll click add, okay, and I'll go ahead and start this fuzzer. And you can see that it's starting to run through it, and it has all these reflected, meaning that there was some kind of response given back when this was submitted. So let's go ahead and click on a couple of these. So you notice this one says your query failed to execute. So it did give a response, and normally you wouldn't get a response like this from a normal server, but my server gives this feedback letting you know that the query you ran didn't actually work. If this one has a different reflected, it says your username and password are invalid. But if I scroll down far enough, we'll see that this quote or 1 equals 1 is not showing up as reflected. And I'm not sure exactly why. I think it's because it was probably the way that I've set up my server so it doesn't pull up as reflected. But if I do a search on this, so Control F or Command F, depending on the device you're on, and search for alert success, because that's the message that I would receive if I did this correctly, and click find, you'll notice that it actually shows that this was a successful attempt. It says you successfully logged in without providing your legitimate credentials. So what I can do is right click this and open resend with request editor. And from here, I can actually take and highlight all this and copy it. And then if I go back to the browser and I paste this here and type anything for the password and click login, you'll notice it says I successfully logged in without providing legitimate credentials. So this is a tool that can help you test your site to see if you have any vulnerabilities that are open. And there's plenty of other tools out there. This is an open source tool. There are some that are much more sophisticated than this, but you'll want to run this against your server before hackers do to be able to capture any of these vulnerabilities before they do. Thanks for watching my video. Feel free to click the links here to watch the next video of the playlist, continue to the next playlist, or subscribe.